Yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome
wait
to
a minute. Wait a minute.
Yes.
What's wrong with you?
I'm Dr. Jekyll. It's a special Halloween. No. I have a cough.
Oh, you poor thing. Mind, you can put it back on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put it back. Yeah, I don't want to get sick.
Anyway.
I'm being nice and kind and considerate because everybody has been getting the bug, right? Like,
Yeah.
the flu bug, and I don't want to pass it on. It has
I
to
don't.
end somewhere.
I don't. I'm very
Can y'all
healthy.
hear me though?
Never mind.
Okay.
Bye, Sarah. You're going
All
home,
the
right?
best. All the best.
I'm actually on MC. I'm on MC for like 2 days. I have to watch work. So. I know. Plus,
Dedication, yeah.
it's dedication. But I have to admit though, because I was sick, I couldn't watch the matches over the weekend. Ooh, my surgical mask is coming apart.
Well, we wish you all the best. All speedy recovery.
Yeah, and to Liverpool too.
Oh yeah, especially. This episode shouldn't be called the EPL mouthful because frankly there's no EPL over the weekend.
Yes, it should not.
But
it's a Monday
it's
mouth off.
a FA Cup mouth off lah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, technically we can't really call it a mouth off when like all the people we're surrounded with are. I know, it's giving us
Manchester
a
United.
headache.
Come on, you guys
That
are
is
Liverpool
why I was
supporters.
saying
Come on,
so.
let's talk again.
What is there to argue about among y'all, huh?
I know, even our cameraman
Cameraman
actually
also-
coughing, you know.
Oh my God.
But his was a fake cough. His was the
Thank goodness we are
yes,
Liverpool
with
fans.
solidarity. Yeah, man.
Okay.
That's why I love Keong Keong.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, it was. There were no EPL matches on the weekend, but there were plenty of FA Cup third round matches. So now is the time when the top teams will all go into the FA Cup and then face all the really lousy teams at the very funny, quirky looking stadiums all over England.
Funky names too.
Yeah, funky
you've
names
never
like
heard in a
Forest
long
Green,
time.
Blythe,
Sheffield.
or whatever.
It sounds like out of some like
Torquay, you know,
Robin
yeah.
Hood movie.
Torquay, Gillingham, like Gilligan's Travels or whatever. But that's the beauty of FA Cup, no? The big teams get to face the really tiny teams, and sometimes the tiny teams win.
Yeah, it's like Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah, the Lilliputans win.
I know. See?
That's why. So let's start with that.
You needed to breathe. Did I pass on my cough already? Like, I was like, I'm trying not
I'm
to.
breathing in the good air before you pollute it.
Okay. So let me arm myself better with this mask so that none of you will get my cough.
Hopefully not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll start with the upsets
My
that
eyes will
happened.
still talk.
Wait, hang on. Before we get into the Africa, are you guys going to be talking about the transfer?
Yeah,
Yes, we
along the
will.
way,
or
talk
you
about
want-
the transfer along the way, and then we see the teams, and then we
Along
also
the
talk about
way.
transfer.
Well, we'll talk
After
about
all the
every single-
transfer windows open, so
I know
Yeah, exactly.
y'all are talking. Y'all seem quite eager about that, but we will start first with the
their neighbours, Manchester City.
Oh God, they crashed out. They got burned.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was
badly,
a good one.
actually.
They're being hit by
Yeah.
forest fire. Burns, yeah.
Check out
Burns,
the
yeah.
Oh, if you can't see, if you can watch the mask moving when I laugh. So yeah. Bye-bye.
So anyway,
No more.
oh, that's a close up.
Okay, don't start. It's good. Thanks.
So
people.
anyway, Manchester City play at home against Championship side Nottingham Forest. You thought like
And they're at the bottom, almost bottom.
Yeah.
Second last, something like that.
Nottingham Forest beat them 3-0. 3-0. And after that,
It's
I
like
know the
David
match.
and Goliath.
Wow, the Man City fans are like booing them like mad. While the Manchester United fans are like clapping. All right, man.
I was cheering.
Oh,
Clash,
bravo,
bud.
Forest, bravo.
Shaw, yeah.
It was
Robbie
a good
Anshaw.
show, and there's a very funky emblem as well that they have.
Forest?
Like the forest, you know, the little
Forest,
tree
yeah.
with the
They
waves
used to
at the
they used to
bottom.
win the European Cup twice
Yeah.
when they were in the 70s, but no, now going downhill lah.
You never know, they might become the next Hull City. Never know. Never know.
Oh, Hull City against European champions, a bit far.
A bit
but never
far,
mind, but they were good. They were good. RJ, I mean, if you see Man City's progress throughout this season, they suddenly got a lot of money. They bought the richest, the most expensive player in the world. Now they're still without a win in 8 of their 9 previous games. What's up with them? Is it the manager's fault or is it the players?
I think the players has got to get themselves together. I think it starts there. I mean, Mark Hughes is a good manager.
Let's take a look at Mark Hughes.
The problem is that looking at the team itself, and they need to get themselves going. You know, they got some big names, but you know, big names don't count for nothing. What you need to do is win matches, and that's the problem.
Is the team too soft?
I know there's something that's not clicking there, and that's the problem. You look at Chelsea; it's the same thing. Chelsea's got that little bit of that problem, but it's not as bad. But Man City is finding it very difficult to find their feet, going. So I don't know how they're going to survive. Would Mark Hughes be given, a couple of matches, or is he going to be given? I don't know. How long more, because they're treading very deep waters right now. So a couple more losses, I think he might lose his job.
So I think the defense might have something to do with it. That's why they actually recently bought Wayne Bridge from Chelsea.
Yeah.
That's why to shore up the defense, because they have been leaking goals a lot recently, not counting.
But it's the overall thing. There's something that spark, that liveliness, that wanting to be on top. They started off very well.
I think they probably lost too much in the past few seasons. Now they don't have the winning mentality.
I don't know. Is this fire? Something? What's wrong? Is this?
I think maybe they don't have the confidence. Because if you look at their team, they've got actually a pretty good team. Their players. Obviously, you've got Robinho, you've got Wright Phillips, you've got Vassell, you've got Micah Richards, Petrov, Elano. They've got really, really good players, but they're just. I don't think they have the confidence. They're not used to being up there, And now they're back to where they belong, In the league, they're second from the bottom,
In the league and out of the cups,
yeah,
man.
out of the cups. So,
that's the where they belong.
I think too many foreigners in the team, hinders the communications within the team as well.
Oh, that's maybe why we lost the AFL.
Performance.
I don't know. I disagree with you there, because the guys can actually speak English. There's no problem. The problem is that
but the language of football doesn't require English,
No, I tell you, it does. If you're playing in the BPL, definitely. I mean, if you're in the Italian league or in the Spanish league, it's a different story. You need to know the language.
You need to talk as well.
Understand what's happening. I mean, one lesson was Ramos. He came in and he was, that was his big problem. But now Man City's got everything going. They got some top players. But it's just not clicking. Something is just not right. It's either they got, Marcus got to catch the chicken by the head, or really chop the chicken's head off. It means some people got to go.
Sounds bad.
Well, one thing that Man City have in abundance is
expensive people.
Money.
Oh, they do
lots and lots of money.
But this
so this January, they're gonna start a spending spree, Gonna buy a lot of players.
You can, but the problem is that who is going to go to Man City? If you're a top player, you'll be telling yourself, "No way, I'm going to Man City."
Yeah,
you can't get your act right. You just started off. Maybe in a couple of seasons when they got themselves, set and ready to go and find. Yeah, you'll be talking about Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United. Yes, but Man City. I mean, you got a top player. He's one of the top players. That say he is a top striker. You think he's going to go there?
Well, I don't know, but this proves once again that money can't buy you everything.
Well, I think that's tough. First of all, I think that's one of the problems, because they have a lot of money, and so there's a lot of speculation as to which players are coming in. So the players are obviously a little bit unsettled whether they're going to be there or not, or whether they're going to be sold off if a big player comes in. But then also, I mean, talking about whether money can buy titles. Blackburn did it, I think, in '97. One off. That's it. 95. Yeah. And Chelsea's done it a couple of times. So maybe if you give them a couple of seasons, first few seasons just.
But Blackburn, although they bought big, they also have a very good base of players like Jason Wilcox, Colin Hendry. During that time, then they bought in the Shearers and Suttons to really boost up their title chances. Yeah, do you think that Man City can do the same? Do you think that there's a chance of them?
Well, they do have a core of players like Stephen Ireland and Michael Richards. They are actually the core bunch players, and even Joe Hart go raise up through the youth ranks in Manchester City. So they actually do have a bit of foundations there, but they need more time to gel as a team. Simple as that. They do not have a very good manager like Jose Mourinho, because you can't compare Mark Hughes and Jose Mourinho together. So obviously they need more time.
What's the likelihood you think of them being able to sign on Fabian Delph?
Fabian Delph?
Yeah,
Damien Delph.
You mean Damien
Delph?
I'm looking at it right now. If I was Mark Hughes, I would not actually buy somebody from overseas. I would actually buy somebody from the BPL itself. Yes. Because somebody's proven and ready to come in, so you can throw the person in and you can just fit in quickly. So that's the problem that he's going to face. So if you notice, the first player that Man City has actually purchased was Wayne Bridge, because you needed an English player. So I'm quite sure he's going to go along that way. There's some talk that he's going to bring in
Scott Parker.
Yeah,
They actually
Scott
tried to
Parker,
and Craig Bellamy.
Even Michael Owen.
Santa Cruz
Yeah,
as well.
even Michael Owen, but I think Michael Owen, there's more speculations in other teams.
Yeah, true.
Because
Other teams also want him.
But it has been said that West Ham, they're not going to sell their best players. Not
West Ham.
at the moment.
they can say one thing, but when you dangle a carrot in front of any team who needs the money, and
and West Ham needs the money.
Yeah.
there goes the player. I mean, and if it comes in where his wages are going to be really extremely to what he's happy with, thank you very much.
Is out, though.
Going,
Yeah, and West Ham is not say like the top of the table. There's somehow in the middle,
and they need the money, so I know they're in big trouble as well.
Well,
In
so
fact, almost 2/3 of the Premier League clubs are up for sale, like Portsmouth himself. So I can say almost everyone needs the money.
Portsmouth, I think, is actually facing the worst problems of all the teams so far, if you can hear me.
yeah, I think Portsmouth, West Ham, and these are two clubs who are willing to sell. So
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
But recently, Richard actually said he's not going to sell, right? He said that he was
Just because
gonna
there's no
sell,
takers?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
Saving face.
Saving face.
Nobody wants to buy. No, actually, I don't want to sell.
Nice one. Nice save.
Well, the team that Man City displays as the EPL's wealthiest club, Chelsea, also played on Saturday in the FA Cup. They were also at home and they didn't win.
This one I laughing. Sorry, Mamo.
Southend United, which is I think in League One, they scored a last minute equalizer, so they didn't need to be replayed, although it's at Southend's home ground.
This was one that everybody thought that Chelsea would win.
Yeah, they had like 15 chances and
15.
that's what Scolari said. That's what Scolari said. I got 15 chances, but they could not convert. So they got the summer. They got tripped up with equalizer, and then now they need a replay. It's just inexplicable, isn't it? Like the first opening season is like, whoa, Chelsea are the team to beat. They look so good on attack. First time we see Chelsea so good in attack, and then suddenly they
spoke too soon.
Exactly. We spoke too soon, and then they suddenly, everything becomes so. They just couldn't gel anymore. What's wrong with them?
They lost the plot, and they're starting to play like how Liverpool usually plays.
I don't know. I'm just looking at Chelsea itself. It has to do with the Mourinho syndrome to me, because he's been putting that team in that way of playing, and suddenly, here comes a new manager and a whole different style. Now, you start from square one again. So that's a little difficult. And if you look at the teams at the Premiership, they all have their certain styles, But you need to adapt, and that's why a lot of people look at Manchester United. Basically, you've got players there who can actually fit in different areas, and they can come in. You can start off with a 4-4-2, end up playing with a 4-3-3. We've seen United go into 4-5-1, depending on how they play and depending which players come in, and it has worked. You have to keep a different kind of system depending on who you're playing with. The problem is that when you have a new manager coming into a team,
and who you're playing with.
Yeah, when you get a new manager coming in, who's come in, and he wants to actually put his foot down. I want this style. So then you start, everything is upside down again. You start from scratch again. So I think Chelsea is going through that little bit of that role now. It's not really moving very smoothly. It's just rolling.
Partially that could be the case as well. And second thing is that fatigue could come in because it's a long, hard season, and Scolari has been using the same set of players week in, week out.
Do you think injuries to like Essien, Ballack, Ricardo Carvalho, could it be a vital factor?
It's also a vital factor, and also not forgetting the suspension to John Terry, especially when he got a red card at Everton a few weeks back. That actually has a huge effect on the Chelsea players' mindset, because all these players are not just good players, but they're quality players with leadership qualities as well. So they actually have a lot of a huge effect on the Chelsea first team setup.
I feel maybe that might be a more plausible explanation. I mean, if you go with square pegs and round holes, they did very well at the start of the season, Chelsea. I mean, they're playing pretty football, but like towards the later part of the season, maybe maybe the players are not suited. You know, the ones who came in to replace the ones that are injured are not suited to the way that Scolari wants to play. They don't, you know, they're not used to it yet. But fatigue and the loss, I think Ricardo Carvalho as well is a very big asset for them, because he plays the Rio Ferdinand role. You know, he clears the ball very effectively, you know, to a Chelsea player for them to start their attack. So I think Ricardo Carvalho is one of the biggest assets for Chelsea. I mean, then again, I shouldn't be talking good about Chelsea.
Oh, you're feeling guilty now, like, oh man.
And here's the strange thing: Chelsea started the transfer season by selling one of the players instead of buying somebody.
Exactly.
I know. The Roman Abramovich got hit by the economic crisis, and just
bad,
just like
really
all of us,
bad, really
all of
bad.
us are happening, but his is quite bad.
No, but no matter how bad, okay, he's still rich, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
still rich, but you know he's already telling the Chelsea club now, hey, stop spending too much.
Ease up.
No,
I can't launder my money
I can't
fast
throw
enough.
money too well right now. No?
Opening the first strings.
Right?
So
I
do you
can't wash
think
it so
Chelsea
fast, you know?
cannot use his money power to anymore as effectively as it happened before? Or do you think that they'll still make one solid purchase in January and then everything?
I think they're affected. I think the clubs are all affected right now, majorly affected. The problem is that looking at the clubs who are in debt right now, if they don't have a strong base, you know, then you're in trouble. I was reading an article about the clubs that are really in red. Liverpool was actually on the top list, and they said that, but come January or March, if they don't settle a lot of problems, they will have to sell off the club. You know, I mean the two owners, and that's how bad it is.
They've said many times that they're not going to, but
you don't know, because now with this
money,
the turmoil is happening in the financial
everybody's
market
like,
right
oh
now.
my gosh, we wish we sold off to the people who bought Man City.
So that's something they might regret. I don't know. That's up to them. So clubs, even Manchester United, you know, there's a little worry there. I mean, looking at it myself.
AIG sponsors them. Don't forget.
Yes.
Well, from what I heard, AIG is going to be pulling out.
For sure.
You know,
AIG.
Yeah,
they're
AIG,
gonna be-
sorry, I must cover
they're
now.
gonna be
covered it.
But
Next time will be a
but
very
the
empty.
good news is there. The good news is there are 4 other sponsors lining up straight away.
Exactly.
And,
For
it was-
you guys.
This is the most expensive piece of cloth in world football, in world sport, pretty much. Everybody, I mean, how
This
many
one
Man
already
United
cost
shirts are there?
£56 million for 4
So I
years.
can imagine, because I heard
man.
that there's an Abu Dhabi group that's coming in and they offered a lot more money.
Well, people will want their name on Man
Why not?
United's jersey.
So
That's for sure.
I know that this is going to
You
go
can't
until
see
end of
my
the season.
reactions underneath the mask, man. But hey, you know. Well, what do you think of Drogba and his, rumors that he's going to leave?
You know something, when it comes to newspapers, they can say a lot of things. I mean, you talk about the British newspapers, they're there to sell news. They're there to make money. They will take any speculation, they'll turn it upside down and put it front page. They can do it, they do it. Better still, if it comes true, hey, I broke the news. No, but that's the press for you. They actually thrive on it, they enjoy it. So, but that's the British way of doing things. I don't know, at the end of the day, I feel that if he has to go, he has got to go. But if he wants to stay, you think Chelsea is not going to say okay? They'll take him in open arms, definitely. I think it's just that he's having a terrible time trying to win his place back, and he doesn't have his godfather there. So that's
Godfather.
special one.
But I think that's where he's feeling it. So now he's got to fight for his place.
That's
Plus,
right.
Bruce?
That's right.
Well, whether he's up for it or not, only you Blues, those fans at the computer, you all can write in their
Or
comments.
Mahmoud who's standing behind the camera whispering
some of our
something to
fans
one.
there, So, we go for a short break. We come back and see whether you have done so with some of your online comments, okay? We'll come back.
Okay. Ciao.